Well, much of the focus has been on accelerating procurement and deployment of small drones. An equally important but less discussed issue is the need to develop a comprehensive plan for how we sustain these systems. As you know, on average, about 70% of a weapon system's total life cycle is cost is sustainment, including the logistics, maintenance, storage, training, and software updates to remain operational. How are you thinking about sustainment issues from your position at DoD, and are you coordinating with the military services to ensure that they are developing long-term sustainment plans for these new systems? So if we're looking to procure or have, what is it, a goal of 300,000 drones, where are they all going to be stored? How long will they be stored? Do they become obsolete? Have you, what is the thinking about those issues?
Thank you, Senator. It's an excellent question. So one of the key things to have in mind about these systems is that they are intended to be attritable, consumable systems. Mm-hmm. So we would expect the vast bulk of the systems that we're delivering as part of the Drone Dominance Program to be used in realistic training exercises by the members of the military. We think the volume required for appropriate training is in the hundreds of thousands per year to consume. The U.S. Army, the U.S. Marine Corps, and various units of SOCOM are deeply integrated into the Drone Dominance Program, meaning members of the key positions in each of those services was at the Fort Benning event with a goal of developing the sustainment plans in both the short term and the medium term. So in the short term, we will be delivering drones starting this month to roughly 17 different military units. And there is a plan in place across each of those for those drones to be used in realistic training exercises. In the long term, those same military service departments will be developing their own TTPs and other doctrine to be able to sustain the drones. We don't expect them to sit on the shelf for very long.
What's very long? To be used within, say,
months.
A year?
Months.
Months.
Yes, ma'am.
So where are these drones to be used? Are you expecting most of them are going to be used in the war with Iran?
In the short term, I would expect most of the small one-way attack drones that we're developing to be used in actual live training exercises from the U.S. Army and the U.S. Marines.
So we're going to be using these drones for live training exercises. So these are not in actual conflict situations. They're going to be using actual drones for exercises.
Senator, I think I assume if there was a need to use these particular types of weaponized drones in combat, they would be used that way as well.
Yes, I understand that, but the only place where, as far as I know, we're in conflict right now is Iran. For you again, a contingency in the Indo-Pacific will stress drone capabilities and present specific challenges, including the vast distances associated with this AOR. So in the testing that you did at Fort Benning, was there somebody from Indo-PACOM at those tests, or will they be there, since you obviously need to make sure that the drones that you are developing are going to be used in the various AORs? And I would say Indo-PACOM presents particular challenges of distance, et cetera.
Senator, I think the challenges of the distances in the Indo-PACOM region mean that many of the drone platforms that we're testing, the first-person drones, don't apply for many of the missions. So I think Major General Marks might be better positioned to answer that question.
Thank you, Senator.
General Marks, in particular, I do want to mention that Admiral Paparo has seen the usefulness of drones in his AOR, and he also had mentioned using 3D printers to create these drones. Have you been in discussions with Admiral Paparo?
Actually, yes, Senator. Not me personally, but attended his commander's conference last week. That was one of the topics that we discussed. Yeah, I think we have to look at drones or one-way attack platforms that can go a lot further than what we currently are designing. For the DOG effort, I would appreciate and be happy to engage with you and the committee in a classified setting.
The Marine Corps recently developed its first 3D printing drone program. And I do note that, Mr. West, you mentioned that the cost of the drone in the U.S. is $10,000 versus $500. I mean, I hope that we are rapidly decreasing the cost to acquire the million drones. That is one of our goals in a number of years. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
General Marks, it is correct that you and Admiral Paparo are exactly